wrap this up with the who, what, when, and why, Chris. So I'll make a statement or ask a question, and it's as simple as you just giving your response, man. You can give a statement or a sentence, but it doesn't have to be something like too far fetched. Just a simple statement or anything. So I'll start with the who, right? Who of the 2021 additions to the Washington football team? This is free agency. This is draft. Who of the 2021 additions to the Washington football team will be making the most impact this year?
Um, well, I'm gonna say it'll be. I'll go with the less obvious one, I guess, and I'll say it's Curtis Samuel, because of the variety that he presents, slot, outside. You can line him up, of course, as we've all seen as a running back, as he did at Ohio State. He's got great speed, good work ethic, pretty good size, ability to hurt you long and short, ability to break tackles. To me, I mean, it's easy to say Fitzpatrick. I guess it's less easier to say WJ3. I mean, I think they'll all have an impact, but I guess if I had to pick one because of the versatility and because of the different ways you can use him, jet sweeps and all that stuff, to me, it'll be Curtis Samuel.
All right. What is Washington's most pressing concern following the draft this week?
How about this? They still don't have competition at place kick for Dustin Hopkins. I know they could still use another free safety. I know they could probably use another veteran linebacker. I wrote something for SI.com about all of this that people can go check out, and I gave a bunch of names and different position areas. But one thing that hasn't really gotten any attention since they re-signed Dustin Hopkins to a very short-term deal. It's a 1-year, $2.6 million deal. Is they don't have anybody right now on the 90-man roster. And Ron told us on Monday that they're going to bring in a couple of veterans. He didn't say specifically at what positions, but I'd be surprised if that's not one of the positions that they sign somebody to be a part of the 90-man roster to go into camp to push Hopkins.
Why can Washington be a top 15 offense this year?
Well, besides what I said about Samuel, which I think is obviously, a big addition, and if Adam Humphries can stay healthy, I think for the first time, you don't have all the pressure on Terry McLaurin. Presumably, Logan Thomas is at least a good option in his second year in the system as a pass catching tight end. So you don't have the major questions that you had about him. I think you're better at the quarterback spot. I also think you're deeper and more talented and more versatile along the defensive line, along the offensive line. So, you combine all of that, and I have no idea what to expect out of Patterson, the kid that they've signed from Buffalo. But if he can, be maybe a better version of Peyton Barber, maybe they go that route. Maybe he gives them a little bit more sizzle. Maybe it's just him versus Lamar Miller. I'm not sure how that training camp battle is going to work out, but overall, I think that the offense is better in just about every spot that I'm thinking of, maybe shy of running back. And again, you can make an argument that running back, they can be improved on. So, like top 15, it's going to depend on a lot of things and injuries, most notably. But I do think they have the potential to be top 15. But of course, it all depends. Like, if you're top 15 in yards gained, but then you stink in the red zone, that doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
For sure. And lastly, when will Washington be ready to compete for a Super Bowl? You see where your head at on that one?
Uh, Jay, I mean, look, I think because of their schedule this year and because that 17th game is at Buffalo and because there's so many questions about, you know, like if this guy happens and this guy, comes together and if they stay healthy here, and I think it might be too rich this year. I would never say like they have no shot, but I would say of making the Super Bowl, I would say, probably no more than a, you know, 5% chance at best. But I would not say no chance, no way. Ideally, if I could draw it up in my mind, you would probably be looking at next year, meaning 2022. But we all know this in this league, right? Everything can change and everything can change rapidly and quickly. And, for the good and for the worse. And we could be having a very different discussion in December and January than we're having right now. But again, I do give them a small chance of, reaching a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl. I mean, if I'm giving them 5% maybe to reach a Super Bowl, 2%, 3%, whatever it is, I don't know. I mean, I just refuse to give them no chance. That's what I will tell you. It's not a great chance, but I refuse to give them no chance.
Fair enough.